Hello everybody, this is Migueltio, the North Korean Latino, and today I have a few things to show you. I'm making chilaquiles because, you know, it's Hispanic Heritage Month, September 15th to October 15th, and that was an earlier episode. I'll show you my chilaquiles again a little later, but first I want to show you a few things. If you want to celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month, you can get it at your local store, maybe local Walmart if you don't have a big chain supermarket near you, so you can have in your house to celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month and still have a little fun. First of all, there's this thing. And you're like, what is it? It's a Rambutan. A Rambutan is kind of like a small, well, call it like a melon-like fruit from Guatemala. And this part, you totally don't even eat. This part that looks like an alien landed from some kind of pod. No. You take all of that off. Why it looks like that? Couldn't tell you. But anyways, you take all of that off. Peel it right off with your hands. You don't need a peeler or anything like that. And inside is this really sweet little white fruit. Keep peeling. Now inside the little white fruit is a pit. So don't eat the pit, but you can bite right into it and they're delicious. So if you've never seen a Rambutan before, and you go to Walmart and you see this scary looking stuff, it's really good. So maybe this is the Rambutan challenge. For anybody who's never had a Rambutan before, go for it. They're really awesome. They look scary, but they're really, really good. Also, you know these, you've seen these before. Red bananas are out. I give mine a price chopper. They're just like regular bananas. They taste a little sweeter. Just make sure they got a little push to them. And then they'll be right. Because they don't have the different colors the way that our regular bananas do. The platanos go from green to yellow. They pretty much stay red. They get a little darker than you can tell, but make sure they have a little squeeze to them. And they go into my chilaquiles, or you can use them to go into anything. If you like to cook with vegetables, tomatillos. Kind of like a cousin of the tomato when it comes down to all that kind of stuff. They have a little husk like a corn stalk, but then inside is like a little tiny green tomato. And they go into my chilaquiles, and they go into a lot of different things in today's cooking. And look at this. Chicken's boiling, so the chilaquiles are coming. But get out there and find some of the fun-filled fruits and vegetables you can during Hispanic Heritage Month. And these chilaquiles will be done a little later. So right now I'm peeling my tomatillos to put into the chilaquiles. And the big thing with tomatillos is just, you know, you want to get ones that look pretty healthy with a pretty healthy husk on them. If they look cruddy, forget about it. And I even ignore the ones in the bins where the husk has been peeled off or come off in the box or whatever. Get the ones that are fully husked. The husk may feel a little sticky, that's fine. And so can the rest of the tomatillo after you get the husk off. But those are good ones. Don't get the ones that look like a bad tomato, you know? You wouldn't get a mushy tomato, don't get a mushy tomatillo. And don't give me this tomatillo stuff. They're not tomatillos, they're tomatillos. You just let it roll off your tongue, you know what I'm saying? So, big ones, small ones, doesn't terribly matter. As long as you have enough for the recipe you're making. I need 10 of these chilaquiles, so I'm peeling it. Even though it's like a corn husk, much easier. These rip right off like paper. Most of your produce sections this time of year in a good grocery store will have tomatillos out. Be it Walmart, be it Price Chopper, be it Tops, probably. Those of you who live around me. If you live in another city, your bigger stores. I don't really know totally the season for tomatillos. better season and worse season. You know, it's like getting oranges. You know you're going to get good oranges in the late fall, November, December, January. Other times of the year, depends on what's left, or depends on what comes from California. The best stuff comes from Florida, you know how it is. And then, of course, if you have frost and all that stuff, it can really wreak havoc on it. Oh, got one more pepper to get out of this bag. There's another thing goes in chilaquiles. 3 of these little babies. They look small, they look skinny, but boy, are they powerful in their heat dynamic. They're serrano peppers. You don't want to eat one of these. They're very hot if you just take a bite out of it. So don't do that if you don't like that. But they go great in chilaquiles. So the tomatillos and some onion are ready to boil up. I got to put some water in there and they're going to boil up. And the chilaquiles are going to get going. Okay, so I'm building my chilaquiles. Got a big pan, like a lasagna pan or something like that. I like aluminum ones. The tin ones better. With a little bit of stuff on them than your plain old cake pans. You're going to take some of your, I got to get a spoon here. Here we go. Woo! A layer of tortillas. But first, you need to spray it with cooking spray. I use cooking spray, a little less fat. Get it nice and layered down. Take some tortillas. They can be soft. I've done this with frying them up. I've done them soft, and it doesn't matter, because even if you fry them up, they're going to soften. Layer those tortillas down on the pan. Almost like making a pie crust. Because this is like almost similar to lasagna in a way, but with tortillas and chicken that's been boiled and shredded and all those things. You're layering it, layering it, layering it. Just like you do with lasagna with the mozzarella and the ground beef and the tomato sauce and all that stuff. So you get it layered like that, okay? And then you're going to take some of your tomatillo puree, which I've got here. Put a layer over that. Spread it around. And then this awesome, it's supposed to be crema fraiche, but I can hardly ever find crema fraiche in the stores around me, so you can substitute. It's magic what you can substitute foods for and make the same thing. I basically take some fat-free sour cream, mix it with 1 part fat-free sour cream, 1 part fat-free half and half, and it makes the same awesome cream. Pour that over it, spread it around. Just a little layer. Save it because you don't want to use too much too quick. Now, I've got some ground chicken here that I boiled for about half an hour, along with some onion, some oregano, and some garlic. And then I shredded it in all these little bits and pieces here, so it can be spread around the chilaquiles into the pan. Get the cheese. You gotta have the cheese. You can't make chilaquiles without cheese. Just like you wouldn't make a lasagna without cheese, okay? Take fat-free mozz. Spread it over the chicken. All over the place. I'm going to add some more of that terrific cream. A crema. All over the mozz. And then I've also got some ground sausage. Yes, as fat-free as I can get it. You know what I'm surprised at in this whole health food era we're at? That healthy choice that you used to see about 10 years ago, not around anymore. I used to like that stuff for sausage and everything. It was very low fat. But put some crumbled sausage in your pan. About half of it. Because you're going to do this whole thing again. And then put some of the puree in there. A little more than before. Get it really out of the pan. As you get really out of the pan, that means you're putting it in the food, you know what I'm saying? Don't just take a splash of it. Here's your first layer. Now we're going to repeat with another layer of the tortillas. Here we go. I like the corn ones. A lot less carbs than your wheat ones and your flour ones. You can use wheat and flour tortillas if you don't mind the carbs. But for making things with soft tortillas, you can get corn tortillas just the same. They're not just the hard, crunchy taco shell tortillas. And it's lower in carbs. One more piece before I put it away. And there's your next layer. Guess what's next? The more of the other stuff. Chicken. Spread it around. That's sausage, the rest of my sausage this time. Be generous with your food. You want food to taste good. And next to puree, finish it off this time. You don't want to have extra tomato puree sitting around. Spread it around. Another round of cheese. Get the rest of that crema in there. The neat thing about when I make this is that the cream, to spread it on top, is that the cream kind of braids in with the cheese, so it doesn't all run down to the bottom. If I just spread it around my spoon, it keeps with the cheese. So you've got like a nice combination of the cream and the cheese on top of this whole operation. And there's the chilaquiles ready to go in the oven. Okay, so the chilaquiles are in the oven. If you want to see the finished product, go back to one of my classic episodes where I make the chilaquiles. Comes out like a lasagna, all nice and cheesy and creamy and chickeny and tomato and everything. Tomatillo-y, excuse me. So this is Migueltio de Latino saying celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month. Get out there and find, I don't know, some red bananas. Or if you want to follow my lead, take the Rambutan challenge. Find something like that in the store. Take it home, peel it, and eat it. It won't attack you. It's not going to haul you off to the home planet, the mothership. This is Migueltio de Latino saying, hasta luego. Till next time.